Hey up, welcome to this week's video. I'm at Llyn Ogwen. I'm still in North Wales, still in Snowdoina, and I absolutely love this place. I apologise for any road noise, I'm right at the side of the A5, but when you're here you've got so many compositions, whether it's this classic boathouse behind me, you've got the mountains, you've got Llyn Ogwen on one side, you've got Travan on the other. Yeah, so many cascades, waterfalls, boulders. It's just an absolutely beautiful place to be, really like it. It's always very busy, especially since the pandemic, so parking can be an issue. But yeah, so we're just trying to get a few shots. We've got a little window of opportunity. Absolutely chucking it down with rain this morning. We've got about a 2-hour window before it starts again. Really heavy rain, so we're going to make the most of it. The clouds are breaking up. The actual peaks of the mountains are actually now showing through the clouds. So yeah, even a little bit of blue sky. So join me. Let's have a mooch around and see what we can find. So the temptation whenever I'm here is to come up the hill and get a higher vantage point. You've got that tree on the left hand side and then obviously looking down on the boathouse. But I can never seem to make that composition work for myself. The biggest issue I've got is you can now see the road. The road becomes much more prominent. You can see all the road markings and it just ruins it for me. So as I say, that's a composition I can never seem to work. Yeah, so I'll stick with being lower down, close to the water's edge, and just pray for those reflections. So as far as the composition goes, I've got the mountain, I've got Travan there over on the right hand third. I've also got the boathouse, and the angles of the roof are sort of leading out towards the mountain, so that's a nice shape that always works well, any diagonals. On the left hand third, I've got Llyn Ogwen leading off into the distance. Fingers crossed that the wind totally dies and we get reflections, but I think that might be a little bit too much to ask at the moment. We had a load of rain this morning, we've got a load of rain forecast in a couple of hours, so we've just got this little window. We're just going to try and get as much as we can and get this shot. Yeah, the mountain's looking fantastic. There's just a few wisps of cloud above, just going around the peak. It's really looking good. In fact, it's even the clouds are even breaking up now, and even getting a little bit of blue sky. So yeah, I'm going to have to focus stack. The mountain's off at infinity. The boathouse is relatively close, but I'm also going to take a third shot for the water. I don't think I'm going to get the reflections, but I'd like to just smooth out that water. So I banged on a 10 stop, and I'm getting a 30, maybe more second exposure. So let's piece this together. If it's any good, here it comes. Right, so I've got myself a shot of that boathouse. I don't think it's a showstopper. I don't even think it's going to be going in the portfolio, but you know, when you're here, you've got to get these shots. It's just such a beautiful place to be. So it just made sense to get that shot. So we're going to have a look around now. We're going to push on around the other side, see if we can find some waterfalls. There's a few that I already know about, but yeah, let's see if we can find some other shots. Well, I think that rain's blowing in a bit quicker than we expected it. I think it said a 2-hour window. Yeah, well, we've only been here about an hour and it's already, the temperature's dropped. I'm wishing I had my woolly hat on. And yeah, so I'm going to have to be a bit quick here. So just crossed over the wall, we've still got the A5 at the side of us. And where Llyn Ogwen empties out, it comes down these cascades and then down the Ogwen Falls. I'm looking up, I'm still looking towards that mountain, it's still looking towards Travan. Got these cascades. I've got some relatively slow shutter speeds, half a second, 1 second, maybe 2 seconds. For the background, for the mountain, I've taken some with a much faster shutter speed, 30th or 60th of a second, but I'm loving the way the clouds are just sort of swirling around the top of the mountain. So I'm experimenting there, and I've taken a few 25 and 30 second exposures just to get some movement in those clouds. I'm not sure which one I'm going to prefer, but when I get back to the computer and have a look in post, I'll be able to make that decision. So I'm very quickly going to get these shots before that rain gets any worse. Hopefully we can maybe get one more location in before we have to abandon the place. So we're at a third location at Llyn Ogwen. So I've come over the other side of the road, other side of the A5, pass through the wall, and you do a little bit of a clamber down and you get a view across Ogwen Falls. So yeah, falls, it's waterfalls. It's the usual for me. I'm going to start at 1/6 of a second, I'm going to take it from there. I'm facing up Trafan again. That's such a strong, compelling part of the composition in the background. But those clouds are now starting to be a little bit more than just a little bit wispy around the top. In fact, it's pretty much all but obliterated. I will try and get a few shots with a mountain in the background, but if that doesn't work, yeah, I might just zoom in a little bit more into the falls and just get a little bit more detailed on the cascade. So, right, in fact, if you come round behind me, I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, I'm not sure if you'd be able to tell on that camera, but as I just mentioned, the mountain's pretty much obliterated by cloud now, so it's not really adding anything to my composition. As I said, I'm going to take a few shots. I'm vertical again, just because you've got that long lead in up towards the mountain. If not, on this right hand side, you've got the cascade, you've got those lovely pine trees. So I think I might just zoom in on that, the zigzag of the water coming down. It's nice, there's a good flow going over at the moment. And those trees are really compelling, so yep, I think that's what we're going to do. Well, that rain's on its way. You can see it heading up the valley, and we're going to get very wet very quick, and half my camera's out waterproof, so I think we're going to wrap it up there. So thanks for watching. If you find the time, please like and subscribe, as I always say. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, so from North Wales and the Ogwen Valley, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing you.